Hello everyone and welcome to Part 7, AutoCAD Crosshatching and Section Views. We're going to discuss the purpose and the art of creating section views within a drawing, coupled with that of going about explaining a little bit more in depth on layers and object types. If you would, go ahead and download the Lesson 9 Word file and the Part 9 Section View Start file in AutoCAD. Also, the PDF on section types, and we're going to go left to right clockwise order in accessing these files. We're going to start out with the section types PDF, just give you a little brief overview on the different types of section views that one could create. We're then going to go into a few bulleted items in Lesson 9, the Word file, and what we're trying to accomplish with all this. And then, of course, the CAD file is going to be your actual application file that you're going to demonstrate all this in. But first, section views. Stop and pause the video if you're still downloading everything, but once everything's downloaded, you'll want to pick up right where I'm starting now. Again, section views are meant to literally take apart and cut it in a variety of ways in which you can show interior definition. It really comes into play when you've got something like a wheel hub, like what you see here, and a block where you're trying to show internal features of a whole. Cut plane lines are shown as phantom or hidden lines. I tend to show them as phantom because there's a little bit of a separation from that of a hidden line. As you can see from this graphic, they're two separate short indentations followed by a long, and that kind of makes them a blend between that of a hidden line and a center line. While one could show them as a hidden line, I tend to show them as a phantom line just to differentiate. Also, in addition to showing internal features of an item, they're also beneficial in that they allow you to then follow up with the section view cut with material fill, which by definition can show graphically different material types without having to note them. These are standards as far as how magnesium, steel, cast iron would be shown in the event that they're shown as a cut view in a drawing. These are set up for that reason. And in AutoCAD, as you'll see in a minute, you don't have to draw them. You just have to define the boundaries. All right? So that's all that we need to go through in here. Again, read it through with a little bit more time at your leisure. But where we're going to go is here. Again, what we want to start out with is the top bullet going about performing an inquiry on items in your drawing. And we can do that because our start drawing has some geometry. Then we're going to demonstrate it in a few different instances, and then we're going to add layers and go about creating a section view so that you can accomplish what's shown here on your own. If I go down to my AutoCAD session, and I'll be toggling between the Word file and the CAD file as we go through this, you'll see two drawing files. I'm going to demonstrate how to create a section view with the drawing on the right. You're going to follow through with the drawing on the left, but turn in the same file, only completed, with both drawings having had a section view completed. But first order of business first, we want to create our layers as mentioned. So I'm going to go into the Layer Properties tab, and I'm going to hit the New Layer button, and I'm going to go and create Section View. Remember, that's 1. Create another one called Hatch, that's 2, and create a third one called Phantom, that's 3. The hatch layer should have a blue color associated with it. The section view and the phantom both can remain magenta, but your line type for the hatch view needs to be continuous. So section view and the section view one can be continuous too. The only phantom line that you're going to draw is the one that actually passes through the part. So in review, you got a hatch layer, phantom layer, and a section view layer shown with the properties listed here. So I'm going to close that out and let's get into it. Again, I'm going to work this cylinder. If you were to create a section view with this drawing, there's really not a whole lot of section views going to show you that you can't already ascertain from these three views. But let's say we want to dimension the depth of this hole. We would want that section view. It's either that or you put it in the call out here like you've done before. The way you'd create that section view is as follows. First off, we want to get to our section view layer, because I'm going to create two leader lines that are going to indicate the direction from which you're going to be cutting, looking at this part. And I'm going to zoom into my right, or my top view, and I'm going to cut it through the top view and throw it out here to the right of the top view, that section view. And the way you go about that is you go to the leader command on the section view layer and go down to options. As you can see in my title block, first off, let me go in and put dynamic input on, and go down to, let's hit the leader again. That's better. And then I'm going to hit my options command down below. And all across the bottom, you're going to see three options from left to right. Leader type, leader landing, and content type. Those are the three you want to change. So I'm going to hit leader type, and I'm going to make that a straight leader. I'm going to hit leader landing, and I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to say content type, none. What that's going to do is it's going to create a straight arrow line leader with no text on the end. Exit options, come up to the top, left, click, and then band until you get an arrow that looks like that. Hit enter, and we have to do the same thing over again. I don't know why, it just doesn't hold the steps. Leader landing, leader type, straight. Leader landing, no. Content type, none. Exit options, come up here, band from this arrowhead that you've already created. My apologies. I went the wrong way. One more time. Leader. Options. Leader type, straight. Leader landing, no. Content type, none. Exit options. Start online and band. So you see I have two endpoints that are lined up to the section view line, and I've got arrows that are lined up. Now change your layer to the phantom layer and draw a line from point to point. And you guessed it, you're going to want to take out that center line. Why? Because the phantom line has precedence, and you'll have something that looks like that. Now, go to multi-text, type a capital A here. And I never get it right where I want to place it, so I just kind of like move it around, copy, move this around as well. Don't worry about the actual placement. We can get it kind of close. Make sure you turn off your band if you need it. And then one more text over here where we're going to place our view as follows. Go text, multi-line text, choose two boundaries, and go section view, and this should be in all caps. Section view A-A. And if you have to, pull it out a little bit so that it all fits. And there you have it. Now I can use any amount of this real estate I want. I'm just kind of tightening this up. Section views do not have to line up like multi-views do. I'm going to move this down a little bit, and I'm going to show you a way I'm going to create this section view. So again, you're looking at it as if you're cutting the part right in half. Isn't that the same as this though? So I'm going to take this guy, copy it with a selection window, come up here, and place it only by rotating it about this point here, 90 degrees. Now I basically have that view cut as if it were sectioned. The only difference is take these the lines that make up the hidden hole, and now they are what? They are visible. So is the hole that you just cut through now visible. Is it not? Indeed. And since the hole is cut in half through the midsection of the part, you see nothing but blank space inside each hole. But what you see in the cut faces here and here are hatched. And that's our last step, is we create a hatch in that section area. And that is by hitting the icon up here under the draw, and you want on the layer you're on, you want steel. So hit this down arrow until you get the steel. They're in alphabetical order right here. And then grab here and grab here. Done. Save it, and or do a save as, make it complete. And you're off and running. Complete this drawing in the same manner. Visualize it as you're going through it, and by all means, email me, remind me, however you see fit, questions that you may have in order to complete both sides of the drawing. Again, in this case, you're going to be cutting it through the top view as well, in the interest of showing this view cut. And that's section views with cross-hatching. Thank you for your attention, and again, let me know if you have any questions. And address this title block, if you will, too, with your name and date. Have a great rest of the day, everybody, and stay safe.